All right, good evening, everybody. Tonight we're going to do the BaByliss blade. It don't matter which one it is. It could be the gold, DLC, Rose FX, Graphite 2.0. They will all fit. With this modification. This is fresh out the box. We're going to take this blade off and we're going to put the DLC blade on. So let's get to it. First, we will take this blade off. Like to note, it's always good to have a quality screwdriver. They supply you one, but it's always good to have a good quality one. This is one that I use. It has multiple screwdrivers in one. All right, so you can take your original blade off, set it to a side, put these original screws to the side because you won't need them. You have your tension spring, these two brass ferrules, and your base will sit just like that. Just like that. Sorry, having trouble focusing. All right, so we'll take our screwdriver, we'll tighten these screws down. Lightly snug them at first. Then you can go ahead and tighten them. I like to note that whenever you tighten these screws, you don't have to tighten them all the way down because it will pull through this plastic, because this bracket is plastic. Just tighten them to where they are below, to where they are below this plane right here where your steel blade will ride. That way it don't touch the steel blade, make any unwanted noise. It's nice and snug, it ain't going nowhere. All right, so we got this snug down. We're gonna set this aside. Now we have our DLC 2.0 blade. And some blades will have some like hot glue in here. You will have to either use an undersized screwdriver or something and get that hot glue out. That way you can get in there with a number two screwdriver and get this Phillips head out without stripping it out. This one this one didn't have any. This one is fresh out the pack as well. So screwdriver, you got some pressure. Whenever you're loosening it up, fingers on this bracket, because it does set the tension spring for the original cam follower. Set that aside. Now you have your your guide bar with these metal nuts. These are like rectangle, so if you accidentally drop one, be sure to orientate them to where they sit, not protruding out of this plastic, because then your cutter blade will not seat properly on your stationary blade, and it'll cause some issues. And this is for visual reference. All right, now best way to do this is take it, leave it on your steel blade, and with a 1.5 millimeter Allen key, or if you have a precision screwdriver set, you might have a 1.5 millimeter in there. This is what I use. This is what I keep handy. We're going to loosen these up. All right, they should be loose. Now, fingers on your cutter blade, lift your original blade off. That's what it should look like. And we'll get our original screws. We'll put our original cam follower. This is the cam follower for the modification. We'll take that one, and it'll slip right on. Then you take your original screws and, not tightening, just screw them in until you can feel it engage, and it puts just a very slight amount of pressure on your blade, and enough to where you can still move it around. Then you will be able to zero gap. Okay, so we have our zero gapping tool. We'll take the blade, snap it in from bottom. If it's sitting like this, the cutting teeth will be facing up. So get it nice in the middle until it hears a snap. With this setting tool, may take a couple of tries to get this right, because it is screwed in with 2 screws, and the plastic blade guide right here does have some slop manufactured into it. But just for the install, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time getting it zero gapped or anything spectacular. So let's get this out. There we go. Okay. I just want to remind you that this tool isn't like a one-shot tool, especially with this blade. I mean, with the GTX blade and the wall blades and the other blades that it does, it'll get you going almost every time. But with the BaByliss blade, it does take a little fiddling with, because this and then that. But let's let's continue on. We're not talking about this. We're talking about the blade and the modification. Okay, so we got that snug down good. Let's go to, now you notice on here I have these two locking ferrules on this base. That is going to allow this blade to lock in. See it? It's just under the plane of where your screws tighten down. So we take our screws. Let me swap screwdrivers. Can't get this one flipped around with one hand, so I'm gonna use this one. This is a number 1 screwdriver. We'll get this one started. We'll ensure, there you go. See, it snaps in. All right. Now, it is designed to, whenever you tighten it down, those little ferrules will expand slightly and lock this blade in position to where it don't shift. You ain't got to worry about getting the blade squared up. That's already designed into the modification. That's why it has certain clearance around the ferrules from the blade to the cam follower. If I can get this thing to focus. All right, thank you. A little dab of oil. All right. There you go. Just as good as stock. And that is all I have for you this evening. This installation counts as the Evo, the X Evo, and your caliber stingers. It is the same fundamentals across the board. It's the same install, Evo, X Evo, and your caliber stingers. And yep, that's all I got for you on this one. Catch y'all on the next one. Thank you for watching.